Imagine this. You're standing in a packed hall at one of the biggest tech events of the year. The lights dim, the music fades, and all eyes turn toward the stage where Meta, the company behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is about to show off its latest breakthrough in wearable technology. Anticipation is electric in the room. The audience is buzzing, phones are out, cameras are ready. Meta has promised a future where your glasses aren't just for vision, but for connection, for creativity, for a new way of living. And yet, in that moment, what unfolded was not a vision of the future, but a harsh reminder that even the world's biggest tech giants can stumble, and stumble hard. This is the story of how Meta's smart glasses demo failed live at its biggest event, why it happened, and what the company's chief technology officer had to say when the dust settled. The day began with excitement. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stage at Meta Connect, the company's developer conference, with the kind of confidence we've come to expect from Silicon Valley's biggest names. He announced not one, not two, but 3 new pairs of smart glasses. There was an upgraded version of the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, already known for their sleek design and built-in cameras. Then came the Meta Ray-Ban display, a futuristic model paired with a wristband controller. And finally, the Oakley Meta Vanguard, glasses designed specifically for sports and performance. The crowd was eager to see them in action. After all, this wasn't just about hardware. It was about showing how artificial intelligence and wearable tech could merge into something magical. Enter Jack Mancuso, a popular cooking content creator, invited on stage to show how these glasses could work in real life. He stood under the spotlights, looking calm and ready. The demo seemed simple enough. He would ask the AI in his Ray-Ban Meta glasses to help him start a recipe. He leaned into the microphone and said, "Hey Meta, how do I get started with this sauce recipe?" The audience leaned forward, and then, silence. No response. A pause. Mancuso tried again, his voice louder this time. "What do I do first?" Still nothing. The glasses didn't answer. Instead, the AI suddenly skipped ahead, jumping past the start of the recipe and confusing the flow. Mancuso froze for a second, then gave a small laugh and tried to salvage the moment. "I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up," he said, half joking, half desperate. The audience chuckled nervously, but the awkwardness was impossible to ignore. Mancuso stopped the demo and handed the spotlight back to Zuckerberg. The moment that was supposed to wow the world had fallen flat. But the problems didn't stop there. In another demo, Zuckerberg was supposed to take a live WhatsApp video call directly through the smart glasses. The call was with none other than Andrew Bosworth, Meta's chief technology officer. It was a crucial feature, seamless integration with Meta's most important communication platform. The call rang, the glasses buzzed, and then, nothing again. The glasses failed to pick up the call. The audience shifted in their seats. Zuckerberg tried to wake the display back up, but the notification to answer the call didn't appear. After a few long, embarrassing moments, he gave up, muttering about brutal Wi-Fi, as Bosworth walked onto the stage to joke about the situation. The tension was real. For a company betting its future on wearable AI, 2 failed demos in one keynote were not just technical glitches, they were a nightmare. You practice these things like 100 times, and then you never know what's going to happen, Zuckerberg said with a forced smile. It was an attempt to lighten the mood, but the damage was done. The demos had failed live, in front of an audience filled with journalists, developers, and industry experts. Within minutes, social media was flooded with clips of the awkward silence, the glitches, and the failed call. But the story didn't end there. Later that day, Andrew Bosworth, known to employees as Boz, took to Instagram for a candid Q&A session. He wanted to set the record straight about what had really happened. Sitting casually in front of the camera, he admitted that, contrary to what many thought, the issue wasn't actually the Wi-Fi. Instead, it was something far more technical and in many ways more ironic. When the chef said, "Hey Meta, start live AI," it started every single Ray-Ban Meta's live AI in the building, Bosworth explained. His tone was half exasperated, half amused. Think about that for a second. One command, spoken on stage, had activated not just the demo unit, but every single pair of Ray-Ban Metas in the venue. Hundreds of glasses all suddenly trying to run the same process at the same time. That obviously didn't happen in rehearsal. Bosworth added, shaking his head. We didn't have as many things in the room. It was, in other words, a perfect storm of resource mismanagement. A situation no one had anticipated. But the story got even more complicated. Bosworth explained that Meta had made a specific decision for the demo, to route all the live AI traffic through a development server, rather than the main production servers. The idea was to isolate the demo and make sure nothing interfered. But when that one command activated every single pair of glasses in the building, they all began sending traffic to the same dev server. The result? So we DDoS'd ourselves, basically, with that demo, Bosworth said, using the term for a distributed denial of service attack, where too much traffic floods a server and shuts it down. In this case, Meta had accidentally launched its own DDoS attack against itself, live on stage. The audience online erupted when Bosworth admitted this. People couldn't believe that a company with billions in resources had tripped over something so simple. Yet it also made sense. These kinds of live environments are unpredictable, and the sheer number of devices in the room created a scenario that no rehearsal had replicated. And what about the failed WhatsApp call? Bosworth had an answer for that too. This wasn't about Wi-Fi or servers, it was a bug. One the team had never seen before. The smart glasses display went to sleep at the exact moment the call came in, Bosworth explained. When Zuckerberg woke the display back up, it didn't show the answer notification to him. This, he said, was what developers call a race condition bug, when two processes try to use the same resource at the same time, and the outcome depends on unpredictable timing. We've never run into that bug before, Bosworth admitted. That's the first time we'd ever seen it. It's fixed now, and that's a terrible, terrible place for that bug to show up. His honesty was refreshing, but it didn't erase the awkwardness of what had played out earlier in the day. Bosworth stressed that despite the demo fails, he wasn't worried. Obviously, I don't love it, but I know the product works. I know it has the goods. So it really was just a demo fail and not like a product failure, he said. In other words, the technology itself was sound. The failures were the result of unique circumstances, not fundamental flaws. Still, in the world of tech, perception matters. And in that moment, the perception was of a company that had fumbled one of its biggest opportunities to impress. For Meta, the stakes are high. The company has invested billions into wearable technology and the metaverse. These smart glasses are meant to be the bridge between today's smartphones and tomorrow's immersive future. A successful demo could have reassured developers, investors, and consumers that Meta is on the right path. Instead, what the world saw was silence, glitches, and apologies. Yet, perhaps there's a silver lining. Bosworth's explanation showed a level of transparency we don't often see from major tech leaders. He didn't hide behind vague excuses. He broke down the technical reasons, admitted to mistakes, and even used humor to soften the blow. In a way, that honesty might do more for Meta's reputation than a perfectly polished demo ever could. Because in the end, technology is messy. It fails. And sometimes those failures are the most human part of all. So the next time you see a company like Meta promise a seamless future with AI-powered glasses, remember this moment. Remember the silence when Jack Mancuso asked, "What do I do first?" Remember the failed WhatsApp call that wouldn't connect. And remember Andrew Bosworth admitting with a wry smile that Meta had basically DDoS'd itself. Because behind every futuristic product, there are real engineers, real code, and real challenges. The road to the future isn't smooth. It's filled with glitches, bugs, and unexpected moments of chaos. And that, perhaps, is the most important lesson of all.